Hello, my name is Jodi Low, and this is the Leadership Lowdown, powered by the BBB and U Improved. The Leadership Lowdown cuts through the clutter and gets to the heart of what makes businesses tick. We want to share the stories that matter to you, all of the successes and triumphs and all of the pitfalls, and everything that happens in between. So with that, let's get on to today's show. Well, welcome to the Leadership Lowdown. I am so excited that Jacquelyn Keenan is with us. So, IT Director of SRP, and I'm so happy you're here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well,
I appreciate it.
And it's fun because we get to sit on the BBB board together, and that's how we actually met. Now, I don't even know how many years are we at.
I should know this.
I know I should know this too. I'm thinking at least we've been on together for at least 6 or 7. So it's so fun sharing that role. And over our time getting to know you, you have a very interesting and rich background. And I thought it would be so fun to share your story, a little bit about what got you to where you are. So share with us a little bit about you and how you got to where you are today.
Yeah, I like doing a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So I started out as a teacher or an accountant, always very active.
Yeah.
So I have an education degree and a accounting degree and a minor in physical education.
So were you teaching accounting or were you?
No, I was teaching elementary education and doing bookkeeping on the side.
Oh, so you had like a side hustle of accounting while teaching.
Yes.
God bless you. That is a lot. That is a lot. Okay.
Very work oriented.
Yeah.
I like to keep busy.
Yeah.
But I have a twin brother who was in the Air Force as a civilian for an environmental engineer, and he said, hey, they have this job opening in a management training program for accounting, and you can work in the Air Force as a civilian and do accounting, and they'll move you to somewhere cool. And I was in Tucson, Arizona, and so I got hired on to this program, and they placed me in Tucson, Arizona. So didn't go anywhere exciting.
Oh, you're like, come on now. I was looking for somewhere else.
But it was meant to be. And we implemented a Oracle ERP solution, so enterprise application. And I was young and could use a computer, and it was in the late 90s. And so I learned everything Oracle to configure, coding, everything. And I really liked it. And I thought, hey, this is something I could do.
Yeah.
And so I went from there to Phoenix, where my brother had lived, and I wanted to make sure it was there. And I met my husband, and we moved here. And so I worked for a telephony company for 10 years and did a ton of different roles.
Okay.
And always very organized and project management type oriented, but also technical, very teamy.
Yeah.
So I moved into...
Teamy. I like teamy.
Very teamy. I say that a lot.
teamy.
And so I moved into many different roles over 10 years or so. We were bought out by a company that used SAP, so very technology focused.
Yeah.
Lots of different programming languages, lots of different servers
Yeah.
and experiences there. And when we were bought out by a Canadian company, I was having to travel quite a bit. And I had little kids, and so I moved to SRP.
Yeah.
And very great company to work for, family-oriented and very community-oriented, which is really important to me. And so I've moved around there. I got my MBA while I was there, so older in life, which is really nice because it helped me, contribute to the work experience that I have and affiliate that to the degree. Yeah. And so I got more of a business lens onto things. Yeah. And then I decided that leadership would be a fun thing to do because I saw many leaders that I really admired. Yeah. And also those where I thought, we need to do better.
Interesting. So kind of learning from what not to do. Yeah.
And so I thought, I feel like I want to help people enjoy their job.
Yeah.
And help them be in a great team environment that we could all succeed together. And so I went along that journey and was kind of coerced into some of it too. You should really consider this.
This like
is
go.
You would do. Yeah. And you're automatically already doing this, and it's kind of your trait. And so that's kind of how I got into the escalation into the roles that I'm in.
I love it. So today, IT director. So you have a quite of an expansive team that reports to you.
Yeah.
A
variety of groups. We have some project management, IT project management, and systems analysts, system architects for the enterprise, from anywhere from platform to development to configuration of applications. Whew. And I say that my role is to enable technology within the business. And so I get to have partnerships across all of the business to help make their technology experience wonderful. And that's exactly what I wanted to do.
Love that.
So and I say to my team, we are the teamiest of teams. We have to work together.
Yeah, that's very true. And so from your lens as a leader and stepping into leadership roles, what have you found to be sort of the most important thing that you want to either, I guess, help extract from your people or pour into your people? What is that for you?
It's hard to come up with just one thing, but I think for me, the important thing that I want to extract from the people is what brings you joy in work.
Yeah.
Because that is what is going to get us to work as a team and to deliver something awesome.
Yeah.
Because we spend a lot of time at work and we need to do awesome things.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. And when you are able to help them find that for themselves or see that in their own work, I mean, that's how you get the great people doing great work, and you have the retention and you attract other great talent. So it feeds itself. That's awesome.
Jodi.
That's awesome. Yay, good stuff. And so now your involvement with the BBB came via SRP. Yeah. And so what was that for you and SRP?
So at the time, I was the director of purchasing services.
Okay.
So also very technology-based job, because you're using, a tool like SAP to manage the procurement of material and the delivery of material and managing all of the material within a warehouse for our utility business. So it's very, very big and very technology oriented. But the leader that I was working with is on the BBB.
Yes.
And so inspirational. Yeah. She was really a great champion for me, taught me a lot. And I think that is important to find your champion and find somebody who can help you improve as a leader and kind of help guide you. I have several in my life, but Carrie is definitely
Carrie
one.
Young. Shout out to Carrie Young. Amazing lady, former board chair here. And she is a dynamic powerhouse. She's amazing.
She is wonderful. And she still is part of my life, which is
fantastic.
So fortunate for me.
So fantastic.
So she said, when she retired, which was really sad, she said, I have the perfect person for you. And as somebody who's very teamy, really interested in a community organization and connecting the community, she thought, hey, Jackie would be interested in this and also serving the community. What can we do to, serve our community? And so she recommended me, and I have enjoyed every minute since then.
I love it. Well, and it's so funny because, off camera, I know you from our time together, and I know that leading with empathy and some of those not your typical standard playbook of, you must do X and Y, but you lead with a lot of heart. And I think that's something that is unique and special about you. So where does that play into your world, or why does that matter so much to you?
Yeah, that's a huge compliment for you to say.
It's true.
If I think about what is important to me, it's how can I remove barriers and help you to enjoy your job? So there is the cookie cutter leadership style. So making sure that we're kind of changing that a little bit to lead the people into finding their strengths and helping them deliver. Yeah. And I still think, I know that I hear right now, you have very high expectations. And I do. I have high expectations of myself, and I have high expectations of the team members that I work with, my peers, and the people that are on my team. Yeah. And that's because I want everybody to be successful and do what we need to do. Yeah. But life is it's many things. It's your job, it's your family, it's your hobbies, and whatever it is that you do outside of work as well. Yeah. So family is always number one, and then you never know what someone is going through. Yeah. So we have to make space for that and understand that, and grow into what does that mean for what do we do at work and what do we do at home and how do we kind of separate that?
No, I love that. And, we were actually on a flight yesterday talking a little bit about this on our flight home. But I love that that's the lens through which you see it and how you lead. And it's special. It's unique. So I love that. So I also know that part of your world is not just SRP, but you are also highly involved in your husband's entrepreneurial venture. So share a little bit about that and how you manage both, because that's a lot.
Well, it's less now. So it's more like automated, and he takes on a lot of that. So I'm the CFO, and somebody told me at one time, "Hey, you're the CFO," and I said, "I am."
Yeah, you're like, "I am." Look at me go.
He listed it on the website that he has, and here I am, CFO, and I said, "Oh, that sounds really like a big deal."
Yeah.
Should we change that?
Yeah.
So we made it vice president of important stuff.
Oh,
so
my God.
My accounting background and my love for tools and applications, right, helped to support his business. So I'm definitely in a supportive role.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what I do. Right?
Yeah.
You have an idea, I can help you make it happen.
Yeah.
Oh, I get really excited about it.
I love it.
I want to help you, and I want to see you be successful. And I'm definitely like that with my husband, who is very creative, a super entrepreneur, and very good with customer service.
Well, and share what he does, because it is not your run-of-the-mill business.
So he's a cartographer, so he is in GIS. So he uses technology to make maps. But I also say he's an artist because he can deliver the most beautiful maps that truly tell a story.
That's so cool.
His pictures really are worth 1,000 words.
Yeah.
And so he does maps for hunters and maps for, real estate and hikers, and custom maps for people on their property that want to know what's going on, or gold mining maps. And it's really fascinating. And he is definitely doing what he should be doing because he's very good at it.
I mean, talk about an interesting, cool niche. Like that is just not, and we all love Victor. Yes. Shout out to Victor now. He's amazing and just a sweetheart. But I love that first time he told me what he did, I'm like, wait, what do you do? It's one of those things that I guess I never really thought about. So I love to know someone who does something so creative. Yeah. So, and how fun that you get to do that together.
Yeah, and so I keep him on where's the budget?
Yeah, you're like, I'm keeping him on the straight and narrow.
Your expenses, what's the revenue?
Yep, as a good CFO always does.
Right. Right on top
and
of
so for you, obviously you've got your I don't want to say your hands in a lot of things, but your hands and your head and your heart in so many different places. How do you manage it all? How do you take care of yourself and all of these people? Because I know you also have parents and children and all these different things that you juggle. So how do you handle all that?
I would say I'm not the best at taking or saying no.
Yeah.
In fact, it's my least favorite word.
Yeah. We'll get there. No. We'll get there, Jackie.
And so I've really been working on saying yes less.
Okay.
But the biggest way that I handle it is that normally I am great on what's in front of me, what's my priority. So I can see the big picture and I know what's important. And life experiences have told me, make your priorities the true priorities.
Yeah.
Focus on what you need to first. And I'm able to help with my team members too.
Yeah.
They know that something at work is important, but they say, "Hey, I had this situation come up. Can I, go to my daughter's or my goddaughter's graduation? Or can I, I have this situation I need to leave work." Hey, absolutely. Yeah. Number one, that's important. What do you need for me to do to help you get there? And by building that, you have this team of people that will also do the same for you.
Yeah.
And it's really heartwarming when that happens.
Yeah.
So you keep your priorities the priorities. You make sure and share that. And then I also have a selfish side, I say, which is I have to exercise at least 3 to 4 times a week just for mental stability. That's what helps me stay calm and organized and focused, and then make time for the family and make time for the things that we need to do, and including sleep and eating. Yeah. Those are basic functions that I make sure. Nobody wants Jackie to be hangry.
Yeah. Right? Nobody likes a hangry Jackie. Well, and it's funny because I know we've had these conversations too, but and as not just as we age and not just as women, although those of you that are like women in our age, you know what we're talking about. But things shift, right? Yeah, call us. We've had many conversations off camera about this. But that it's kind of a, I guess, a common theme that's come up in so many of our conversations on the Leadership Lowdown about the importance of prioritizing self in order to be able to be and give to everyone else in your world. And for many of us, I think that exercise piece is a huge piece, whether it's just the physicality of moving your body and or the mental piece that comes from clearing your mind, or the idea downloads that you get, or the clarity, so many pieces from that. But I also love that you prioritize sleep, because I know a lot of people are like, well, I'll just keep burning the candle at both ends, and we know where that ends. So yeah, that's...
I say sleep is number one.
Yeah. So are you good 8 hours?
Yeah, kind of.
I love that. Yeah. And so is it like a regimented bedtime and a regimented, is it very by the clock?
Bit.
Or yeah.
I'm a usually pretty decent sleeper and stuff. That's just a me thing.
Yeah, that's good though. That's good.
But I know the ramifications of no sleep, and we need to be able to function and be nice people.
Yeah. And I don't think many of us realize until we are so sleep deprived, at how much it does affect our outputs, in terms of clarity, focus, all of those things. So I love it. Well, as you may or may not know, I think you do know. So I have some fun questions that I wanted to ask of you. And the reason for them, it is purposeful. I feel like, we can talk about business, we can talk about roles, we can talk about all these things. However, I feel like what I'm looking to achieve, I guess, more than anything in this podcast, is to allow people to feel other people and see other people and see the heart behind people. And so I think the questions just lend themselves a little bit to understanding who Jackie is, not just Jackie, the mom or the wife or the, CFO or the amazing IT director at SRP. So with that, what is your favorite word?
So I had the opportunity to listen to Rick Dirk's
podcast. Okay.
And I was like, I was thinking fun. But then I thought, you know what it really is? And I'm going to steal from one of my very best friends, is joy. Because it incorporates fun and happiness and funny.
Yeah, all the things.
Living life to the fullest.
Yeah.
And that's where you get joy.
Yeah.
Right?
And so for you, what is it that brings you that much joy?
Oh, there's so many things.
Yeah.
But I'm a very, I look for gratitude.
Yeah.
So family, definitely.
Yeah.
Going on vacation outdoors and being outdoors as much as possible.
Yeah, you are super outdoorsy.
I do love it.
I love that you love it.
I'm camping for 2 weeks, kind of person.
Yeah.
But I do love to be outdoors every day.
Yeah,
so.
That's awesome. So on the opposite end then, what is your least favorite word?
I kind of alluded to this, and I think it's... more than no, it's impossible.
Okay.
And I really do get, irritated when I hear that's not possible.
Yeah,
it's impossible.
You can't do that. Yeah.
Everything's possible.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure throughout your life and career, you've had those opportunities to test the impossible and make it happen. And once you do, I think, again, you don't get the downloads, or you don't get the ideas, you don't get the thoughts if it isn't possible. There's always a way, and sometimes you have to go over, around, through, blow it up, whatever. But you can make it happen. So I love that.
Break it up into little pieces.
Bite-sized chunks. Yep, bite-sized chunks, eating the elephant. So what turns you on, whether that be creatively, spiritually, emotionally, if you think about what lights you up, what is that?
That's a good question. I have to think about that. I think I am inspired by others.
Yeah.
So people who are also excited about new ideas and new things. So I think it's anything new. We can improve it or make something better.
Take something in and make it better than what it is today. Yeah. No, I love that.
New and exciting. Yeah.
It's kind of like an innovative piece. Yeah. I love that. So is there something that turns you off completely that you're like, ugh?
So on the opposite end, stagnation. This is the way we've always done it. We're just going to stay the same, and we're not going to move forward.
Well, and I would think in the role you serve, there's probably innovation constantly, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And things change, so you're changing with them, I would think.
Right.
Yeah.
We're probably even suffering from change fatigue. So how do we train people and ourselves to be more agile and adaptable? I think that's very exciting too, right? Let's do it. Let's work on that.
So how do you do that? How do you do that when you need to be able to be adaptable to all this change?
I think it's listening. So understanding what are the barriers for other people and understanding what it means to them to make changes.
Yeah.
So as a person who changes rapidly and welcomes change, I have to really look at those who are change averse and why. And so just helping them along. And it's those baby steps we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Right? It's absolutely possible.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I love that. Do you just, it's kind of putting another thought in my head. So with all the different roles that you have and different hats that you wear, do you find it difficult to integrate the different pieces of your life to be present in, when present in work, present with kids, all of those things? Is that a challenge for you, or have you found a good way to manage all of that?
Well, it's been challenging because I'm a deep thinker and I like to have ideas and I know how to solve things, or I think really deeply on stuff. So sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and say, oh, I know what to do. Yeah. So I somewhat segment that out. But that's where the exercise piece comes in, because it's clarity. And then the second thing to that is taking a moment to say, I need to be present here. So write it down, whatever it needs to be. Write it down and put the list away and know that you're going to get to it and schedule it if you need to. I'm not always really great at that. And then I have really good listeners for me to kind of vent and help me think through things. So I have a few people in my life, including Victor.
I was going to say, I was sure Victor's at the top of that list. For sure. That's great, though. I mean, when you have that support system, whether it's friends or family or work or, whoever those folks are, I think that's one of the most underrated things is the support systems and leaning on each other, because oftentimes, especially in leadership roles, and at least what I find in the work I do, is the leader almost feels like they have to bear the whole burden. I have to have all the answers and I have to be able to take care of everything. And so oftentimes they forget that they need that support too. Actually, unrelated, I was having a conversation, a client of mine came up to me today and was sharing something very personal that he's going through. And I said, you don't have to take it all on. He's like, it's what I do. I'm like, okay. And, and kind of had the tears in his eyes. And he's like, it's just the role I know. I'm like, I know. And I'm here. I'm a friend, And so sometimes I think the burden of having to be all things to all people is a lot. So I love that you regroup and take care of you so that you can be all those things for everyone else. It's amazing. It's awesome. So what sound or noise do you love?
Do I love? The sound, I hope my oldest doesn't get upset over this. I did not ask for permission, but Rowan, my oldest, can play the piano, and it is marvelous. It is just the most beautiful sound, and it brings me so much pride and joy, and I think, wow, that is beautiful.
Oh my God, I see the tears in your eyes right now. I love that though, because as a parent or someone who loves somebody's talent like that and can appreciate it, how beautiful.
They're just amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Go Rowan. I love it. Is there a sound or noise that you really dislike? Like the nails down the chalkboard type vibe?
Yeah, I'm sure there is. I can't think of one right now that I'm sure the chalkboard noise.
Yeah, that's
I'm
up
more
there.
of I hate smells than sounds.
That's right. Okay, so what smell do you hate?
Oh gosh.
There's a question I've never asked. What smell do you hate?
Really strong perfume.
Yeah,
like
just
the
anything
Febreze.
Yeah, you're like, please don't Febreze me. Yeah. We were traveling yesterday and you were sharing that with me. It's sometimes intense, and sometimes when you wear a scent, you don't know how it affects other people. So I get that. So if you were thinking about professions and take like skill set out of it, don't feel like you have to be amazing at this or have any talent for it. But if you think like, if there's one profession that you're like, that would be amazing, I would love to do that, what would that be for you?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think, I feel like I just follow the jobs that I want.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
when you were a kid, was there something that you were like, I want to do that when I grow up? Or did you not really have that?
This is crazy. I'm not that funny, although I really appreciate humor.
Yeah.
I wanted to be on Saturday Night Live.
Oh my gosh.
So
you could be the next Tina Fey, right?
Yeah. I don't want to be a comedian, but I like to do comedy. I would like to do comedy skits, and I never do them or anything.
I love that. Well, you need to take an improv class.
Yeah, I could.
Do you know, I did that during COVID, and I was like, okay, I mean, my business, obviously, I do live training. That's the majority of what I do. And so I was like, what am I going to do? So I went and I got a certification, and then I did this and that. And then I'm like, I think I'll do an improv class. So yeah, I mean, it was hilarious. It was so much fun. So you should do that.
All right.
Just throwing it out there. It's just an idea. Just a thought. Yeah, it is. It's really fun. It gets you out of here. And you have to think on your feet, which is so fun. When if you're a really cerebral person, it forces you to think on your toes.
As a side note to that.
Yes.
When I did start working for Carrie Young and she hired me as the director of purchasing services, she said, okay, but you need to be serious.
Yeah.
Oh, am I not? Do I joke around too much?
Yeah. You're like, wait, what? Yeah. I didn't think of myself that way.
And I do think of a joke almost always when people are asking me questions, or it'll come out every so often where I'm just not serious and I divert the conversation or the meeting.
Yeah. You're like, whoopsie, I guess I'm supposed to be more on track than that. Well, I appreciate it. I like it. I think it's fun. So is there a profession that you think would just be horrible, that you're like, no, I could never do that?
Yeah, I think in sales, I would be awful. I'm not a salesperson type. I am too honest. People will come back and say, oh, that's not going to work for me. Yeah, it's probably not going to work.
You're probably right and do not get
this. I can
this.
see your point.
Yeah, that's funny.
And it would be too much energy. Okay. And so I feel like I would give up.
Yeah. Because you're very extroverted, although I know you've shared with me that you're more introverted. So it's like you're that kind of hybrid of the two, really.
I think I am pretty extroverted. I just need time to recoup every so often.
That makes sense. Makes perfect sense. So with that, this being the Leadership Lowdown, I would love for you to share any, we all have journeys, right? We all have learned things and we've had words of wisdom, mentors, experience. What would you share with our listeners and viewers as just a key nugget, whether it's life, business, just something you would leave them with?
Well, I feel like I have two things that help me in my role today.
Okay.
So one is it's good enough. We don't have to strive for perfection. Let's get it good enough, and then let's make it better constantly. Yeah. It's not really ever done. Yeah. So we don't have to deliver or wait to deliver something until it's perfect because there's not really a perfect. We don't have time. We need to be agile. Yep. And so we have to start to be okay with that.
I love that. Yeah.
And I think the second thing is, as a leader, it's not about you. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the first thing, that it's about everyone else.
Yeah. I mean, it is an others before self gig, for sure. And I do love your piece on perfection, because I think so many of us, this actually came up earlier in a conversation I had today about how we oftentimes don't start because we want to be so perfect. And I know for me, that's something in my own life that I've struggled with, because I'm like, well, if I do it, I want it to be amazing and perfect. And it's like, sometimes you just need to go and do. And so that was something I had to learn early on too. So I love that, because there's how many great ideas died before they started, or ways of doing something might not ever be explored because, it's not all figured out. So I love that. Well, thank you. I appreciate you being a part of our show and sharing your background and all about you. So with that, thank you so much. And thank you for being a part of the Leadership Lowdown. I'm Jodi Low. It's been our pleasure. And with that, remember, leaders are learners. So stay curious and keep leading with love.